Okay, very good. Keep going. Yeah, what does genuine mean, right? That's like another thing. So maybe like below that, if you guys think that being genuine is part of being authentic or the word authenticity, go ahead and write about what does it mean to be genuine? Can you tell when someone's not genuine? Okay, so go ahead and take the time right now to go ahead and just look up the definition on your own. See how many, like, maybe even articles pop up on the word authenticity. You'd be surprised. Oh, yes, true self. And does authenticity matter in the world? What do you guys think? Are those your friends? Do you have like an authenticity meter reader? Are you guys meter readers of authenticity? I know as students, you guys are total meter readers on authenticity for your teachers. They're like, ooh, okay, I got you, right? I mean, like, that was my biggest concern coming back. I mean, is that I haven't met some of you guys before, and like, okay, I'm gonna continue to be the same, like, I don't want to say crazy English teacher, but you know what I mean, right? I wanted to be like the same person that was on Zoom that is now in front of your faces. Okay, so, right, being authentic. I don't know, it matters. Does it matter to you to be authentic to other people? Right? There's so many things that pops up with the word authentic, right? Because it deals with you, it deals with people, it deals with time and place. Is there a time when you don't show your authentic self to other people? Yeah, and when are those times? Or are you real all the time? Some people are like, no, I'm real all the time. That's just who you get, right? Does that get us into trouble sometimes, us being authentic 24/7, right? I think Lindsay has dropped that line on me before, like, I'm just going to be real. And it's like, yes, you are. We're going to be real here, right? Okay, very good. All right, now I want you guys to go ahead and go ahead and type under number 2. What does authenticity look like in the classroom, right? So what does authenticity in the classroom look like to you guys? Okay, and who's involved with that? Does it exist in a classroom? Okay, and I guess before you guys really start getting into this typing like crazy, right? You guys are typing in the text box. So I don't know if you guys know who Mrs. Cano is. You guys know who she is? The other English teacher. Okay. So she and I are actually doing this project. And it's basically titled, What Does Authenticity Look Like in the Classroom? And we're looking at authenticity as maybe a pathway to get you guys to be better students because you're finding things that matter to you. Okay. And we're trying to use that as leverage. So for you guys, I just wanted to give you guys that heads up. Okay. So what does authenticity in the classroom look like? Does it exist? Okay, so make sure you're typing in the text box because we're going to be posting this to our discussion board. Are you guys authentic as students, or are you just trying to get your work done for the grade? Right? I mean, that's the balance, right? Do I get this work done for just a grade, or because it's going to grow me as a person? Right? What happens when you can do both? You can get this grade because I'm growing as a person, right? What happens to a student when that happens? Are you typing? Okay, good. Okay, and number 2 is super important because this is basically like our starting block for this project that we're doing, okay? I'm going to read each and every one of your responses. I'm going to share your responses with Mrs. Connell so that we can kind of see where you guys are currently at with this definition, okay? And then we're just going to just see what it looks like for the rest of the school year. Jaden, do you have a question? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, how's it going? Can we move on? Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to be watching this quick video. It's about 3 minutes long. So I don't know if you guys have ever seen this a video by Simon Sinek. He actually, what do I want to say about him? He actually has a really famous video on TED Talks about empathy and authenticity. I know, I just sounded like a grandma, like, you should watch this video. Like, okay. So anyway, you can kind of check this out on your own. I guess I'll put that in the chat so that you guys can have it. Okay, and then I'm gonna play this video for you. Okay, that talks about authenticity.
From Martin Luther King to Steve Jobs, every single one of them, those with the capacity to inspire,
the screen is white.
Think, act, and communicate the exact same way, and it's.
Ugh, hang on. You know why? Because I have a whiteboard or something on. Share some, optimize. I don't know what that is. Let's try again. There. Hey. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so as he's gonna talk kind of fast, okay? But go ahead and just type out things that jump out at you, okay?
All the great leaders, everybody from Martin Luther King to Steve Jobs, every single one of them, those with the capacity to inspire, they all think, act, and communicate the exact same way, and it's the complete opposite to the rest of us. Where the rest of us start with what we do, these great leaders, those with the capacity to inspire and lead great change, all of them always start with why they do what they do. Great leaders are able to paint a picture of a future state that does not yet exist, a world that does not yet exist, in words so clear that we can imagine it ourselves. And if we're driven by that cause, we want to commit ourselves to help build that world. We can imagine that, we can see it, we can paint that picture in our own minds. And if that's the world we want to live in, we will raise our hands and volunteer and commit to help to build it. It doesn't have to be a social movement, but great leaders, even in business, act like social movements. They give us something to believe in, they give us a future state that does not yet exist, and offer us the opportunity to contribute our hard work, our blood, sweat, and tears to help build that world. They serve as a compass. That's what they do. Every single organization on the planet, even our own careers, always function on 3 levels: what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. What we do are the products we make, the services we offer, the things we sell. You know, how we do it are those, whether you call it your unique selling proposition or your proprietary process or whatever you want to call it. It's the things that you think make you different or special or stand out from the crowd. But it's this concept of why we do what we do, this purpose, cause, or belief that drives every one of us, why the company exists in the first place. We don't need another one of whatever you're selling. You know, there's plenty. But why do we need you? And it's not because of how you do it differently or what you do. There's something deeper there. It was the very reason why the company was formed. When organizations start with why, the response they will get from people who believe what they believe will be visceral. It will be deeply personal and in the emotional part of the brain. It will be hard for people to explain why they are so drawn to Southwest Airlines or Harley Davidson or Apple. They'll talk about, oh, it's the design, it's the quality, it's the service. But in the reality, it's deeper than that. It's in the part of the brain that controls behavior, but not language. The best they can sum up is, I don't know, I just love it. But the reality is, it actually is one of the things that helps them define who they are. Apple is able to inspire loyalty amongst customers and employees, and shareholders for that matter, because the way they view themselves is different than the way most other computer companies view themselves. Most other computer companies define themselves by what they do. They make computers, and everything they try to do is in an effort to improve upon that thing. Add more RAM, add more speed, make it blue. Apple defines themselves by why they exist, to challenge the status quo. Power to the individual, think different, and everything they say and everything they do is to advance that idea. There was mass spontaneous mourning when Steve Jobs died. He's just a CEO of a company. He's a multi-billionaire who flies around in corporate jets. I mean, he's more like the rest of them than he is like us. And yet, we mourned his loss. Fundamentally, what a leader is supposed to do is offer a vision to the people who choose to join and offer them protection. And when people feel that their leaders have their interest in mind, they are rewarded with loyalty, love, innovation, ideas, progress. That's the thing I'm grappling with now, which is how do we create that movement so that management and leaders will create environments in which we come to work, we feel safe, we feel loved, we feel protected, we naturally cooperate as a result, we naturally trust each other as a result, we're committed to working harder, giving loyalty, sharing ideas, driving innovation. All we want to do is contribute. And so how do we create those environments in which we naturally work at our best? That would change our world.
Okay, so go ahead and finish up. He threw a lot of interesting ideas in there. I kind of tried to type them in the chat as he went through. Not right now. So from your notes now, just try to gather yourself. Like, how did you grow your idea of authenticity? So after watching the Cynic video, how has your definition of authenticity expand? Can you use authenticity to leverage the people around you? Right? What are the limitations of authenticity? Right? What are the positives that go with being authentic? So Mrs. Conway and I were really interested in knowing how to leverage authenticity within our students and also within ourselves in order to create a really optimal learning space. Okay, how are we doing? Are you guys ready to submit for now? Okay, so you guys can go ahead and post if you're ready to go, and then let's check out what we have here so far. Okay, and then I'm going to have you guys, so once you guys are done posting, you can go ahead and read over what other kids are saying. Then I'm gonna throw you guys into breakout rooms so you guys can have a moment to kind of digest what authenticity means. Okay, how you define it. Okay, what it looks like in the classroom. So we'll take about maybe 3 or 4 minutes to just go ahead and talk stories about it. All right. You have like 2 to 3 people in a group. All good. Okay, Dylan, why don't you go first?
We're just talking about like our definition of authenticity, right? Okay. So what I believe, like my definition of authenticity is more, not more like a story, but it's more like uniqueness. Like each restaurant, let's say each restaurant is authentic. I mean, it's unique compared to other restaurants of like the same, I guess, culture. But being authentic doesn't mean you're different. It just means that you're unique in your own special way, I would say it. And that being authentic is not different or bad. It's just being unique.
Okay, cool. Is it important to be authentic? Journey, why don't you talk about that? Is it important to be real?
Yeah, it's important to be authentic because it's basically you're being true to others and yourself and being reliable. And to me, that takes the attributes of being a leader or like an idol. And that's what I put in my thing after I noticed that after watching the video. And not only that, it creates like this chain or movement of like people wanting to be like you, which will make the world a better place. And that also just builds good character in yourself that other people want.
Yeah, and then you become infectious, right? Like people want to be around you. Just notice, like even like people who you attract, right, in your own lives, right? I think for what I know in the world is that whatever you put out there, you're going to come back and get, right? You're going to receive it. And so if you have a good solid group of friends, chances are you are that person as well. Very good point. I sent you a video on like authenticity because it dealt with it. It was related to baseball. So if you can find that video, I don't know if you saw it, but it's like you would totally dig that video. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I watched it.
It's pretty sick, yeah. I actually cried at the end, so I don't know. It's emotional. Okay, cool. Right on. Go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna
for what does authenticity mean in the class or in the classroom look like, I put 1, teachers acting the way that they would in front of Po'okula or Kulehua all the time, and students being honest about their work. And then from the video, I said that they expanded my definition because you created an image that authenticity means you understand that you're unable to change a person, but you are able to guide them. And in order for them to follow through with the given guidance, you need to share out and start off with your why. And also, when you have your why, you're able to move on. And then if you want people to trust you, you need to create a safe, loving, committed, driven, and trustworthy environment.
And it also made me think about how I can be an authentic person for people and to have their best interests and success.
Do you think you need to be authentic to be a good leader on the team?
Pardon?
Do you think you need to be authentic in order to be a good like team leader for like soccer?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Well, because like first of all, I went through a freshman year experience where there was a leader on the team like who didn't have the best interest for everybody, and it was more of like a self-oriented goal. But I feel like if you do have the interest in everyone's success, then it really will help everyone just like grow as a person.
Right. Several years ago, we had that, and it was like super destructive. So I'm glad you can point that out. All right. We're done with this portion. Everybody should have submitted. Okay, let's look. I want you guys to just kind of take some time, and to just check out what other classmates, what your other classmates are saying about authenticity. Okay, I think I don't know. I think for me, like that's just the root of teaching. Like you cannot be like a hater of kids and be a teacher. It would be, for me, I'd be really ineffective. Like I think for you guys, how can I grow your authenticity so that we can all be, growing together, right? So anyway, just go ahead and check out. You can go ahead and comment on other people. Maybe you find somebody that thinks, or you guys are on the same page with the idea of authenticity. Okay. We have a lot of comments about like how authenticity and leadership go extremely hand to hand, which I think is pretty cool. Nice. Okay, we good? Does everybody have their poetry slam, brainstorm, and rough draft up and going? Because what I want to do today is we're going to take the time. We're going to get into like super small groups. So probably a partner or 3 people. Okay, and we're going to just share out what we have at this point. Now, there are some people who are wanting to change their topic because they're not feeling it, right? Because you might have, and I'm not gonna, you might have chosen a topic that maybe you're interested in, but for like a grade, but when it comes down to it, the topic that you really wanted to talk about is this, right? And that topic should be something you are willing to stand in front of the bus for, right? That should be a topic that you guys should want to bleed for, right? I'm not looking at anybody. I'm just looking at you guys. Because you were looking at me. Okay, so anyway. It's so weird. Makaya is like to my left and I'm looking at her face, but she's not looking. I mean, it's just, never mind. All right, so anyway, if you didn't choose a topic you're willing to like, I don't want to say die over because that's kind of dramatic. Okay, it's kind of dramatic, right? But you should choose something that you really believe in, okay? And if you don't choose something you really believe in, then you're not being authentic, people. Okay, and so that's not the poem that you're going to memorize, right? You changed it. Okay. Yeah, you have to memorize these poems. That's why. Okay, so I want you guys to bring your poems up. Can I bring your poems up on your screen? It has to be 2 to 3 minutes. You guys, Lindsay, shh. Lindsay's telling me she talks a lot, like I didn't know that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Tiara is bust laughing in front of her screen. All right, so let's go through, okay. Oh, you guys. So I gave you guys a number of comments, okay? And if I didn't, that's because you didn't turn it in. And that's okay. We're just gonna move forward. I'm not even gonna turn around, Anna. Okay, so, all right. So, I need you to, oh, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Okay, so, what? Some of you guys have turned it in finally, and I'm just like, some of your guys' grades are so ugly. You guys need to like get it going. You don't understand. I'm like in the class with these other people, okay? And they're like, some of them are just pretending like school doesn't exist. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna put you guys in groups, okay? Oh, I can't show this one. Hang on, I gotta show somebody else's. Can we request groups? What you mean? Oh my gosh, it's an all out like coup. They're like trying to take over the class. All right, hang on. I gotta share my screen because I gotta talk to you guys about something first. Okay, hang on. So as I'm talking, I want you guys to take notes, all right? Because I wanna talk about these boxes, all right? And the first box is the topic, the message of the poem. If you wrote just a topic, but forgot to write the message, then make sure you have that, right? And then below should be the explanation of the message. So it should be like a paragraph. And the trick is, if you did a good job on your essay, which we're not going to talk about doing a good job on that because some of you guys didn't, it should be like your conclusion. It should be your, stop giggling because I felt like a bad teacher grading your essays because you guys forgot about embedding quotes. And I was like, you can't have a works cited page if you didn't add the quotes in there. Okay. So if you take either your introduction or your conclusion, that should be the explanation of basically the why, right? The why are you doing this? Okay. So make sure that you have something written in there. Jaden Bettis, do you want to say something to me?
No, I get to like see you to hear you.
But you're supposed to, so you know how everybody's supposed to be facing the same way? It's like totally defeating the purpose because they're turning around. I know, just look at me on the screen, you crazies. Okay. All right, so the other thing is this, and this is a big deal, okay? The internal organization of your poem. I wanted you guys to highlight 3, okay? Because I want you guys to kind of start wrapping your brain around, how am I going to deliver this poem, right? Am I going to start with the beginning and then go around Hamakua and then come back to Hilo, you know what I mean? Like, how are you going to organize what you have to say? So for example, if you choose number 2, which is Makatu Makai, right? Then somehow you have to organize your poem from the top all the way to the bottom or vice versa, right? The tides. So I think, I don't know, I think it was Sophia, I think you were kind of mentioning about, I think, check your your comments that I gave to you. Somebody, I mentioned tides, all right? And so, right? And so use these kind of like internal organizations as your metaphor to tell the poem, right? Some of you guys, look at number 7, Makavalu, right? You guys talk about extremely intense topics, right? Gun control, racism. Well, what does that look like to a racist person, right? So build that internal dialogue in your poem, right? They were raised that way. Oh, really? Well, maybe I should be a friend and help you, right? Or are you going to steer clear of those people, right? Those people, right? So if you look at this, this should help you, okay? You don't have to organize your poems in this manner, right? But you can if you want. Okay, so if you guys go down to like 9 through 12, okay, what we have here is we have a question and answer interview. And there's a typo, right? Question and answer interview, which would be kind of cool. Could you interview the last Hawaiian on earth, right? Could you interview your tutu lady, right? What would she say, right? What would you say if you could pretend to be the safety committee who overthrew the government? Whoa, right? Whoa. So can you add in someone's name, right, from the group of people who overthrew the government and interview that person? Right, Anna? Okay. That might be something really cool. If you could talk to Princess Bernice Pawahi, what would you tell her? Right? What would that look like? Okay, another one is the letter. Like that might be a really cool way to format your poem, right? Dear future daughter, for those of you guys who are talking about women's rights, I came from this. Girl, I'm here to help you. Okay, so the other is spatial order, and that is about location. So that's kind of related to the Malka Makai kind of deal, okay, where you have things in position. And what do you say if you're in this position versus that position? What does it look like? So it also bleeds into Makavalu. Okay, so as I put you guys into groups, okay, what I want you guys to do is actually read your poem to your group. Okay, you're gonna, how's that gonna work? Yeah, I need you guys to hear each other's poem out loud. You're gonna find a couple things missing, right? So the feedback, okay, might deal with sounds, right? Like alliteration, right? Like rhythm and rhyme, okay? The adding of a metaphor. Can you blow a metaphor up and extend it throughout your entire poem? Maybe. And then imagery. We're missing imagery. Okay, what does it smell like? Right, what does it smell like? What does racism smell like? It smells like the poop that was left in the cat litter, right? What does it look like? Yeah, depends if you get the cheap brand from, wherever. Okay, so we're missing the imagery part as well. All right, I'm gonna throw you guys into some groups here. Okay, this is gonna take some time. All right, and then you guys are gonna be revising together. All right, and then you're gonna throw like revision at them. So this is what I came up with for this. All right, so I want you guys to try and be each other's like editor, okay? And bounce ideas off of each other. This class in particular is pretty good about bouncing ideas off of each other. So hang on. I'm getting looks like, can you please put me with so-and-so? And so let me see. Hang on. All right, you guys ready? I'm gonna open up the rooms. I need it to be productive though, okay? Okay. I've been waiting for this actual school, this like actual class period where we write. Cool. Where does Lindsay go? Okay, wait. Move to, okay, wait. All right, and then I need to move. There. Okay, wait, who else is not? Anna, you don't have to go into the room. Okay, who else? Yeah, that's fine. I think you can like close your screen for that and then just, if you guys wanna go work, let's go ahead and find a place for you guys outside. I don't know, are we allowed? There, you guys can sit right there. Bring your, you gotta bring, wait, are you done? No, you gotta go, you gotta do yours now. Okay. Yeah, it's a good start. Go. Okay, you write yours, okay, because you want to change your topic. Yeah. Wait, I think I'm on.
Okay, so now I think we make like changes or something based on.
Were you able to you guys get feedback from each other and then typed it into the lower right-hand corner or typed on each other's? Okay. All right, so very good. So, and then, so also the comments I gave you guys should kind of guide you in the right direction as well, okay? Anybody want to change their topic at this point? Really?
Okay, so like, well, because last night I was talking to Caleb and he was like, oh, you didn't do yours on like a Hawaiian. I was like, oh, I'm doing mine on women's rights. And then he was like, oh, you didn't do it on a Hawaiian topic? And I was like, oh, wait, what? And then he was like, no, you have to do it on a Hawaiian topic. So I was like,
I never said that.
yeah. And then I had to like rechange it and do the overthrow thing. And then I was like, oh.
Okay, so what are you thinking about? Are you still going to do the women's? Because you can still weave in, right?
Yeah, like
Ahumanu and Keopuolani, who helped with the breaking of the Aikapu, right? Why? We don't know, right? We weren't there, right? But why? Did they want to eat pork and bananas? Right? I don't know. Maybe they thought that Christianity was going to bring them more freedom. I don't know, right? Okay. Kalapa, how you doing?
Pretty good with mine. I think the main thing is like how you mentioned in your comment, maybe try to zero in on that specific event more, or a specific one, to try to get more specific details of what happened.
Yeah, for you as well, like how do you join in, like invite other people in, right? So like so I said something like, you know, a play on words, because you know it's like it's a bikini, that's all, right? Like and what is that, right? Bikinis are skimpy, they, you know, I don't know, they're kind of glorified, right? But also for you, let's see, what is the internal dialogue of the people that came here, right? What was that last moment like, saying goodbye? I mean, talk about ripping someone off of their island because it's unlivable, right? And then what did they encounter coming here, right? The amount of what do you call that? Slander, right? Then, you know, oh, they're micros, that's why. Oh, really, right? Right? There's always this wave, the next new group of immigrants come into Hawaii, right? Same with like Filipinos, same with like, you know, every wave catches cracks, right? As they come in to Hawaii or into a new area, right? So how do we dismantle that, right? And that might be a word that you might want to use, is dismantling, right? Changing the course. They're people too, right? And can you fold in other current events? Like, so we go further, right? We destroy their homeland. Now they're here, right? And now we're further mistreating them, right? And then what, right? Right? So go ahead and jump into that. You have a great start though, because your facts are embedded in there, okay? And that's the other thing I wanted to say. All right, Dylan, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw my comments.
Yeah.
Okay, so you selected Makavalu as one of your ways to kind of put all of your ideas together. Yeah,
Yeah.
so call out, right? Bring to attention, what do racist people say in their head, right? What do people who are being discriminated say in their head, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Going into a Lululemon store in California, like, you know, I'm walking in there saying, I got money to spend, right? Leaving saying, holy crap, they didn't even help me because I forgot that I was brown. Okay, so just how do you build in those perspectives? Because the more perspectives you can build into your poem, the more you'll invite other people in to relate. Okay?
Okay.
All righty. Do you want to keep your topic?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, cool. I mean, even for yourself, yeah, what is your perspective, right? You being from Hawaii, right? Do you have certain privileges, right? Do you see it from a different perspective, right? Have you ever been asked like, what, you Hawaiian, right? Because, you know, whatever it is they see from their end, right? And you're like, yeah, Hawaiian, hello, right? So that might also be a really interesting perspective to build, okay?
Okay.
All righty. Okay, I need to look at it. Okay. Hi, guys. There you are. I'll see you guys tomorrow, yeah? Not you. I know. Catalyst. I don't want to point you out. Okay. So anyway, what are you guys thinking? Sarah, I got yours as I regraded it. Okay. Anybody want to change topics? You guys good? Sierra, do you want to change your topic? Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
I like my topic, but I don't know if I can write a poem about it.
Why?
I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to write a poem about death.
Well, it's about celebrating life.
Oh, true.
And how you go out of this world, how, right? Do we honor the person's life by letting them suffer to the last months of their life? Or do we honor their life by showing them respect? I don't know. We do it for our animals, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if you want to. So you're going to talk about it without talking about that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Celebrate every day, right? And then you end it with something about, and on the last days, right? So you can do the whole timeline thing.
Okay.
Oh, there's a song that talks about the timeline. Oh yeah, once I was 7 years old. Da, da, da. What is that song? I'm singing. That's how much I'm trying to connect with you, Sierra. I am singing to Sierra, guys. Okay. Do you know what song I'm talking about? What's
yeah,
this song?
I don't think I will use that song.
No, and I don't want you to use that song. I'm just saying that there's a timeline in the song. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alohi Kara, what about you? How you doing?
Good. I think I need to add more like facts and people into my poem.
Right. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. I want you to build the first line for me. Okay. I want you to build, what does that look like? Standing. She stands in the closet waiting, right? What do those like, because when you stand in a closet and it's dark, you can still see the smallest bit of light coming through. And what is that smallest bit of light? What does that represent? Okay. Is it hard to breathe in there? Is there a lot of unknowns? So make those symbols come alive. Okay. Kalai, I heard a rumor that you thought it was supposed to be based off of Hawaiian something. And that's not being authentic if you think that.
Is that what Sophia told you?
I'm not saying who told me. I'm just saying. Okay, so if
Well,
you
no,
want
mine is kind of connected to the essay that I wrote. So.
well, it should have because it was,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, no, I really think your poem is a good start. Yeah. Like I said about like the whole like not having your language, right? Build off of, I mean, pretty much we were like, Hawaiians were evolved not to have tongues basically, right? Or to have a haole tongue, right? So what is that? Okay, so go ahead and blow that up. Cool. I think you used like a line from one of the poems. Yeah, good. Alrighty, I'm gonna stop this so that we can move on. Good job, you guys. Okay. No, it's not over, no even. No. Okay, you guys, there is one, not one, there's many, but I mean, I wanna go back to the modules. I'm just gonna share my screen. You guys can kind of work alongside. Can you see that? Okay, so what we have here is our module for this week. It looks like there's a lot of things, but we don't really have a lot of things to do. I mean, you do, because I need you guys to really take your time with this rough draft, okay? You can add in the first draft or the second draft underneath the rough draft. Everybody good on that? So go ahead and make I don't know if you have to copy and paste your second draft below and title it second draft. Okay, and so that you know and I know that that is your second draft. Okay, so do that now. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, and then you're gonna work on that. I need you to start adding. So can you type in a note just real quick? Start color coordinating based off of emotions. If you need to space out. Sophia, stop yawning. I see you. Okay, so space out the words if you want to slow it down, right? If you want to shout, maybe stop stretching too. Look at you. This is not yoga. Okay, so make the words bigger, right? Play around with the font so that you can help yourself perform this poem. Okay, so if you guys look right here, post a reading of your second draft. Okay, so you got in meaning perform it, right? Yeah, right? Okay, you got that? It says video, you crazy. So if you click on that, right, it says right there, after you revise your rough first draft to a second draft, video, Vikio, okay? You guys, video yourself. So be comfortable seeing yourself on the screen. No. Next week. Well, that you can stand up. I would stand up, okay? I would stand up, okay? There's some of the pointers, right? Some of you guys need to still embed some of the historical facts and context from your research. This should be great, okay? And then we'll be able to see each other's performance pieces when we come back for next class. The other thing is I'm going to try and get Dr. Anderson to come in, Dr. Clint Anderson to come in, because he is the slam poem guru. Okay, so we're trying to get him to come in. Yes, Cadence. Sorry, I cannot hear. then you gotta work quickly, okay? I'll talk to you about that later. Oh my gosh, you know what? I feel like a celebrity over here. Everybody wants to talk to me, but I can't. Okay, so there's that. Let's go back to the module. Tomorrow we're going to meet because some of you guys need to redo some things. Hang on. Okay, so go ahead and click on cohort B and make a copy of this worksheet. Okay, make a copy of this worksheet. We're gonna do this all together right now. You guys are killing me with your essays. I wanted to cry. Okay. So what we have here is you're going to be working with a pakana, okay? A partner. Okay, so you gotta make your own copy. So go ahead and make your own copy. Okay, this is written on the board. I gave you guys yelling notes, basically, like totally missing right here. You see that top left-hand corner, totally missing. Yeah, in the article, social justice is like totally missing that, right? Or the parenthetical notation right there. Okay, I need to draw more pictures like big bug eyes or something. Okay, so I want you guys to look through this. Right here in slide number 3, I want you guys to add the hyperlink to your essay. So make sure the essay has anybody with the link can comment. So let's go ahead and set that up for tomorrow. We're all meeting back here tomorrow, okay, on Zoom so that we can do this together. The days of taking a nap during cohort B are over. I want to make that clear. They're announcing it all over the school as well. Just joking, they're not, but I want to. Okay, that the days of taking a nap at cohort B, they're over. Okay, so I know Tiare, it's okay. We're gonna get through it. Okay, I know. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I also love napping. Apparently I'm good at it, all right? So we're gonna just move on because we have to transition back to real school. Okay, so anyway, you're gonna go through your partner's essay and also write them notes, stink notes about how it's not very engaging. Your opening is real vanilla. You need to add sprinkles. Okay, is there the bridge? Do you connect the hook to the purpose of the essay? And clearly, do you have a thesis statement? All right, next slide, slide 4. Your body paragraphs are heartbreaking, okay? Why? Missing details, okay? Missing, I don't know, I was like, what is this? Like my favorite, is this my favorite social injustice? I mean, I don't know what it was, but you have to add research. Like, you guys are killing me. Okay, so anyway, and then your conclusion, right? I want to just point out number 3. Number 1 and 2 are pretty straightforward, but number 3, I didn't cry after reading any of your essays. And that's the kind of impact you should close with, is a, oh no, I gotta go buy that t-shirt and go stand on the side of the road, okay? Right? It has to be to the point where you're like, you know what, even if my entire family doesn't believe in it, I'm gonna be okay and I'm gonna stand up for what I believe in, right? Although we're not going to, you know, stand up for crazy things like, yeah, like all drugs matter. Like that's not what we're doing here, okay? That's not a thing, okay? All drugs don't matter, okay? I mean, they matter because they're destructive, but whatever. Okay, so you guys get what I'm saying? We're going to all join in, and then tomorrow during cohort B, we're gonna do this. Don't ask me for partners, but make sure you guys have your work done so you can show your essays to somebody else besides my eyes, because I wrote them too many times. Alrighty, so there's that. Okay, this is the other thing before we leave. You're like, too many things, Kumu, too many things. Okay, so click on this. You're welcome. We're going to start reading our next novel. I'm so excited. We don't have time to read both novels because obviously we're running out of time. If we had an entire semester, then we would have read both of them. But what you're gonna do is you get to choose between Nickel Boys or To Kill a Mockingbird. Okay, so I think some of you guys might have read To Kill a Mockingbird in middle school or in your honors classes or whatever, so choose the other one. I already knew you were gonna say it. Of course I'm gonna say that. Okay, so what we have here is in the announcements, it's first come, first serve. Okay, so up to you guys. Okay, but just choose one and you're gonna have to stick to it. Oh, you guys already chose. Look at this. Wow, when it comes to signing up for things, you guys are like gung-ho. Write an essay. Nope. Kaolapa. Wow. Okay. Looks like he was the first one to go. Very responsible. Look at you guys. And don't be making extra rows, okay? Because I know. No, I know because I had to count how many rows I needed. Okay. You guys are making me laugh today. I really like To Kill a Mockingbird. It will make you cry. All right. But for those of you guys, I'm gonna end class early because what I want you guys to do, is I want you to take just jump into, like, just Google the Derek Chauvin case. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Can you just quickly Google it? Derek Chauvin. Okay. Chauvin. Okay, so what am I pointing out here? Okay, so this is going on right now. We are in day 3 of the Derek Chauvin trial. Right? He is the policeman that had his knee on George Floyd's neck. Okay. What? Okay. I want you guys to be aware of this because this is like one of those cases, one of those events in your lifetime that you should be aware of. Yeah, I think you guys understand, right? Because what happened, right? It fueled the Black Lives Matter movement. It fueled the defund the police movement, which is not really taking away money from the police. But if you don't think that, then go research it. Okay. It's, go ahead, you can like YouTube the Derek Chauvin case. You can see how the lawyers are talking about, are interviewing or are questioning the actual witnesses that were there. Yesterday, there was a minor who was videotaping the whole thing. Because she was a minor at the time, they're not videoing her in the court. Okay. There was also a paramedic fire person there who was interviewed yesterday. I don't know if interviewed is the right word. What is it when they're on the stand and they're being questioned? Giving testimony. Thank you. Right. And it's really interesting how they're trying to frame these narratives of the people that are there. You guys got to watch it. It's very interesting. Anyway, I wanted to close with that because it's worth your time. We're going to end class about 10 minutes early so that you guys can Go ahead and watch some YouTube videos based off of that or read some articles, okay? We're gonna meet back here tomorrow to get some of this work done. And then the rest of the period is going to be your work period. Clear? Okay, you guys, nice to see you guys. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, face to face or on Zoom. I don't discriminate. We're still the same authentic people, okay? Alrighty, go ahead and watch some videos. Okay, bye. If you guys want to also do your membing tonight so you can get that out of the way, that might be the best way to do this, okay?